Hey, this is Zekkaina. I'll be reading an excerpt from the Approaching Storm novel by Alan Dean Foster, which is sort of a prequel to the Attack of the Clones movie. Master Luminara, there are too many! I can't protect you from up here! The Jedi turned to respond. As she did so, she failed to see or sense a small Throbe standing behind a much larger human. The Throbe's blaster was small, its aim wild, but the undeflected shot still managed to graze the woman in the umber robes. Luminara staggered. Master! Frantic, Barriss debated on whether to send the remaining distance to the top of the wall or disobey her master and draw back down to aid her. In the midst of her confusion, a subtle tremor ran through her mind. It was a disturbance in the force, but one very different from anything they had experienced this dreadful morning. It was also surprisingly strong. Yelling encouragement, the two men plunged past on either side of Luminara. Neither was physically imposing, though one had a build suggestive of considerable future development. Lightsabers flashing, they fell in among the bewildered band of assassins, their weapons dealing out havoc in bantha-sized doses. To their credit, the attackers held their ground for another couple of moments. Then, their associates falling all around them, the survivors broke and fled. In less than a minute, the street was clear and the way back to the central square unobstructed. Letting go of the wall, Barriss dropped the considerable distance to the ground, to find herself facing an attractive young man who wore confidence like a handmade suit. Smiling cockily, he deactivated his lightsaber and regarded her appraisingly. I've been told that morning exercise is good for the soul as well as the body. Hello, Barriss Offee. Anakin Skywalker. Yes, I remember you from training. Automatically nodding her thanks, she hurried to her master's side. The other newcomer was already examining Luminara's blaster wound. It's not serious. Luminara pulled her garments closed rather more sharply than was necessary. You're early, Obi-Wan, she told her colleague. We weren't expecting you until the day after tomorrow. Our ship made good time. As the four emerged onto the square, Obi-Wan's gaze swept the open space. Presently, it was as void of inimical disturbance as was the force. He allowed himself to relax slightly. Since we arrived early, we suspected there would be no one to meet us at the spaceport, so we decided to come looking for you. When you weren't at your stated residence, we decided to take a stroll to acquaint ourselves with the city. That's when I sensed the trouble. It drew us to you. Well, I certainly can't fault your timing. She smiled gratefully. It was the same intriguing smile that Obi-Wan remembered from working with her previously, framed as it was by its differently toned lips. The situation was becoming awkward. Awkward? Anakin declared. Why, if Master Obi-Wan and I hadn't... The look of disapproval the Jedi shot him was enough to destroy the observation in mid-sentence. Something I've been curious about ever since we were given this assignment. Barriss moved a little farther away from her counterpart and closer to the two senior Jedi. Why are the four of us needed here to deal with what seems to me to be nothing more than a minor dispute among the native sentients?